The Champions League finalists have finally been decided. Borussia Dortmund will end up facing Real Madrid at Wembley later this month. Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu turned around a 1-0 deficit to win the tie against Bayern Munich 4-3 on aggregate. The game was a fantastic watch, but towards the end it was marred by two big controversial calls. The first one coming from Thomas Tuchel. Did his substitutions cost Bayern the entire game? And the second biggest talking point was the referee's decision to not take enough time to let the play go on, in the end, costing Bayern Munich an essential goal towards the end of the game. Did the referees rob Bayern Munich? We'll talk about these two topics, but before we do so, our last video of the PSG and the Dortmund game has been doing so well. It's already crossed 2,000 views, and I would just like to say we at the Full Time Ultras would like to thank our viewers so much. The goal is obviously to get to 500 subscribers, hopefully as soon as possible. And when we get to 500 subscribers, we'll be doing a special giveaway. So stay tuned to our channels. Follow us on our social media platforms as well, where we'll have more news about the giveaway when we hit 500 subscribers. So with that, let's get into the video. So Bayern Munich came into this game 2-2 level on aggregate. And I think Thomas Tuchel set up his team in a very, very perfect manner. I think they were a team that played like an away side, but I think they were very, very assured in what they did. Yeah, Real Madrid hit the post a couple of times. Real Madrid were dominant on the attack. Manuel Neuer made some brilliant saves to deny the likes of Vinicius and Rodrigo. But eventually, they kind of looked in control of the game and they were set up on the counter to frustrate Real Madrid. Bayern Munich should have converted more of their chances, but I think it they kind of lacked in the attack. But then the goal eventually came when Alphonso Davies cut in on his weaker foot to score a absolute cracker of a goal. And what a way to score your first Champions League goal! It completely changed the outcome of the game. But from there on, Thomas Tuchel made his first substitution on the 76-minute mark. So he withdrew Leroy Sané, who did not have a very impressive game, and he got on Kim Min Jae, who's a defender. So Bayern practically set up as a three-man defense. So that was a move that kind of raised a little bit of eyebrows, but it kind of worked very well until the 85th minute, I would say, where Tuchel made the other two defensive subs, you would say. But I think Kim Min Jae coming in that 10-minute spell, I think Real Madrid were restricted a lot. I didn't see any chances kind of go in. They looked more assured at the back, and even on the counter, they were pretty dangerous. But then those two substitutions happened. So Harry Kane was withdrawn for Choupo-Moting, and then Musiala was withdrawn for Thomas Muller. Um, it kind of raised a lot of eyebrows by a lot of fans saying that it's a very, very defensive move. And then what if, and it's just Bayern are just a goal down. What if Real equalize? You don't have the pace up front to kind of get a goal on the counter. But at that time, I thought with 5 minutes to go, with everything assured, I think Real Madrid would have. I thought Bayern Munich would have sealed it out, but Manuel Neuer, who had such a brilliant game, made some brilliant saves to practically actually keep Bayern Munich in the game. Uh, I don't think Thomas Tuchel would have envisioned that Manuel Neuer is going to make such a horrible blunder that just gets Real Madrid back into the game out of nothing. Jose Lu's there as a poacher, right place at the right time to just put the ball into the back of the net and just roar up the Santiago Bernabeu. And then we all knew that once Real Madrid get into the game 1-1, they're going to come back. They're going to attack you, and the goal eventually came. So the winner also came from Joselu. Now I don't entirely feel that's Tuchel's fault. Now there is another backstory to the substitutions that Tuchel explained in his post-match press conferences, but let's keep that to the side for now. what I was having a debate with a lot of people who felt that the substitutions were wrong. I was like, it was a defensive move, and I think it was a move where Bayern Munich were very composed at that time. And then in 9 out of 10 instances, Manuel Neuer is going to make that error that's going to get Real Madrid back into the game. I don't think so. It's going to happen in nine. If that game is played 10 times, 9 times, Neuer is not going to make that mistake. So it was just a one-off instance. It's just a fluke that happened. Uh, the moves made Bayern very much more solid, and even the shot that Neuer scuffs is just a shot out of nowhere from Vinicius. So I don't think Tuchel is entirely to be blamed for the substitutions, but then he made it clear in the post-match press conference that yeah, Harry Kane couldn't continue because he had back troubles. Musiala had a lot of cramping issues as well, so they just couldn't go on. And I know that Tuchel didn't have options on the bench, that many options on the bench in terms of pace as well. He lost Gnabry as well through that. No Kingsley Coman to come on as well, so he was limited with options. So he made the best possible substitutions he had, and I just felt that it was a tad bit unlucky what happened, and it just happens 1 out of 10 times in these games. So I don't feel he needs to be entirely to blame for these substitutions, and we've a lot of times we've seen defensive substitutions work out, and then teams eventually hold on and then they win the game. So I think the criticism on Thomas Tuchel, I think, is a little bit exaggerated. Now, moving on to the next big point, and I don't know how this has not been covered more in the media. Uh, I think maybe because Real Madrid have made another Champions League final, and the way they did it, all the headlines are on Jude Bellingham dreaming, when he was a kid at Birmingham, dreaming to reach the final in a Real Madrid shirt. But I think Bayern Munich were absolutely robbed in this game. And what is more shocking is that the way that they've been robbed, because just moments before the equalizer, the same on the other side of the pitch, the same thing happens. The referees do not raise the flag, and it on naked eye it looks that it's offside, but the referees don't raise the flag and they allow play to go on. And then Jose Lu is onside, and then he does, eventually score the winner. But moments after that, it's really shocking to see the referee blow his whistle for like a decision that is so close. uh, the directive has been from FIFA for the referees, especially the linesmen, to let play go on as long as possible, especially till the entire move is complete. So I don't know from where the linesman raises his flag, and even if the linesman raises his flag, the linesman has made a mistake. The referee should not be blowing. The referee should be countering the linesman and saying that let the play go on, and then the referee immediately blows the whistle. The goalkeeper stops, and then yeah, the play is dead, and VAR cannot even come into this and check it because the Real Madrid players have stopped. Now a lot of people have been saying that, why didn't the referee go on, and still the referees eventually said that they made a mistake. So why didn't the referees go to the VAR and say check it? The referees cannot do that. They cannot do that because they've already blown the whistle, and because they've blown the whistle, Lunin in goal stops. He just stands still. So you cannot review that, or you cannot then award that as a goal, even if Mazraoui was onside, which he was. Uh, the goal should have stood. The goal should have stood because BN Sports, they released a graphic about the offside when the ball is played by Kimmich. Um, Mazraoui is onside. Mazraoui is onside. Who contests for the ball? Mazraoui, he is onside, and he doesn't get the touch because the ball is cleared by Mendy, who is a Real Madrid player. The ball falls to Muller. Muller squares it. Delit puts it in goal. So if that move was allowed to play on, there's a 99.9% chance that that goal stands, and then it's level. The tie is level, and then you go to extra time, and you never know what can happen after extra time. So I absolutely think it is a shambolic decision, and it's more shocking considering it comes from this Polish referee. I don't want to say his name because I'm going to absolutely butcher it, but he has a really good reputation. He had a really good World Cup final. Uh, he's officiated a Champions League final as well, and it's really shocking to see one of the best referees in the world kind of do kind of have such a bad moment in the game, and they've accepted it because Thomas Tuchel in the press conferences he has said that they've apologized, but what is an apology going to do? You've practically costed a team a spot, a probable spot in the final. So yeah, I think Bayern Munich were absolutely robbed. If I was a Bayern Munich fan, I would totally be enraged, and the Bayern Munich fans are as well. But yeah, that is football. It can be such a cruel game at times. Bayern were at one point dreaming that it's going to be a Der Klassiker. It's going to be a rematch at Wembley, the same Champions League finalist in 2012, and we all thought that Bayern are going to make it. Thomas Tuchel's record in semi-finals were brilliant. He's never ever lost a semi-final game, and here we are, Real Madrid in the space of 2 minutes, just doing Real Madrid things and reaching another Champions League final. What did you make of the decisions? Did you think that Real Madrid deserved to be in the final? Do you think that Bayern Munich were robbed? What did you make of Thomas Tuchel's decisions regarding the substitutions? Do you agree with me that he got it wrong or he got it right? Let us know in the comments below. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're doing a giveaway soon. 500 subscribers is the goal. And yeah, do follow our social media. We're gonna have updates about the giveaway on our Instagram page. So make sure that you're updated for that, and we'll catch you in the next one.